Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing fantastically well. And it is Connor here, and we are back with Cuisance Watch. We are back here with the Rumour. Hope you're all doing fantastically well, and welcome back to the third video of the day. And yeah, I need to lie down after this because it's been a lot of editing, a lot of research, a lot of interviews. So yeah, I hope you're all doing really, really well. Make sure you slap a like on the video. If you're not subscribed already, what are you doing? Make sure you do that. I'm going to unbutton this because it's quite warm outside. And yeah, if you haven't checked out the other videos, make sure you do after this. We've done a fan preview with esteemed company. Stephen was a really good one. Alongside that, we have your fan cams, which are now live on the channel. Genuinely, both a really good watch. Some controversial fan cams, to say the least. And yeah, Stephen's was a really good watch as well. So hope you're all doing really, really well. Afternoon, says Graham. Hi, Connor, says Mark. Let's get into why you're all here. And we're going to go and just speak a little bit about other things that are going on. And then we're going to get to the obvious right at the end, because I know you guys are, you know, you're looking at that one as sort of major news that you want to hear about. But before we have some art, guys, look at this. We've got some lovely art, which you will have seen on my back wall. It's not here as of yet, but go check that out. It's on buyjonathan.co.uk, and that's for a limited time only. Some really cool Leeds United stuff on there. The link will be in the description. But the first rumour is Hernandez. Now, Cagliari president Tommaso Gullini reveals Leeds United want both Nathan Hernandez and Giovanni Simeone, but there won't be a summer sale. Listen, we've heard about Hernandez all summer, and it doesn't seem to be getting any momentum. Cagliari were looking to sell him, then they weren't looking to sell him. They were thinking 35 million, then 30 million, then 20 million, then 25. It all seems a bit sporadic, so it looks like that one isn't going ahead. Football Italia reporting this morning that they are not willing to sell. It would be a little bit confusing as well with Leeds potentially, I have to put that word in there now because everyone's getting a little bit nervous, signing of Michael Cuisance, because obviously, I mean, they play similar positions. They play versatile in the 8 and the 10. So that would be a little bit confusing, but I doubt that one is going to get done. Thank you so much, Michael, for your donation, mate. It means a lot, genuinely. So thank you so much. Really appreciate that one. Sujal again, who was on the fan cams. Hi, Connor. Here we go again. Will he, won't he? I think so, mate. I genuinely think so. We'll get onto it in a little second. I know everybody's getting a little bit nervous. Yeah, and let's get on to the next one. Now, Manchester United. Manchester United open talks with Barcelona over Ousmane Dembele, and this one as well, which is titled Scum 2 on my StreamYard, is Manchester United trying to sign Armin Traore from Atlanta. Cautious optimism as Manchester United work hard to buy Atalanta winger. Live transfer talk, Manchester United explore deal for Atalanta's Traore. Sorry, it's made me laugh that the titles are Scum 1 and Scum 2 on my StreamYard. But the reason I mentioned these two facets of information is because it looks like Manchester United are working on 2 wingers, which paves the way very nicely. A nice little paved road, lovely tarmac in the right direction for Daniel James, doesn't it? And for me, he's going. If he goes to Leeds, if he goes to Brighton, Manchester United are working continuously, day by day to get a winger signed. First, it was Sancho, went on for about a month and a half, hasn't happened, will not happen. Dortmund will not sell. Ousmane Dembele is a new one. Dembele's not sure whether or not he wants to go. Obviously, he rejected, I believe it was Paris a couple of months ago, and I think it's been building up with Dembele. There's been a lot of talk. Is he going to go in the summer? There's been clubs that have put the feelers out there. Barcelona didn't want to sell, then Dembele didn't want to go. But Manchester United are still going with that. They're still going and trying to find a solution there. But as a backup, Traore from Atalanta, or even as a secondary option, I've read today, is going to be that second winger, which, I mean, surely has to be Dan James out the door. He played last night and he wasn't good. But weirdly enough, and the commentators mentioned it as well, why wasn't anyone passing to him? It's like the team had just been told not to pass to him. He wasn't great, but it doesn't look good there. He was throwing his arms up in the air a couple of times as well. Doesn't look happy at all. And for me, Dan James does leave Manchester United this window. In my personal opinion, where it's going to be between Leeds and Brighton, 100%. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below with regards to that. James isn't coming. says ball bags. We need to stop talking about his right. Okay, well there you go. Daniel James isn't coming, and there we go. Thank you for that update. Paul Doherty, what about Kirk, Connor? It's gone a little bit quiet, mate. It has gone a little bit quiet with regards to Kirk. Whether or not that's getting done behind the scenes, as I continuously say, guys. With all these transfers, you've just got to understand in terms of what Leeds have been doing. What have we been doing? We only figure out what's going on towards the back end of the transfer. Diego Llorente, no idea. Rodrigo, no idea. Gelhardt is the only one really this summer who I've had a proper indication that we've been, actually pursuing and advanced negotiations, pursuing those negotiations, all that sort of stuff. The rest have just come completely out of the blue. So who knows? Who knows whether or not that is going to get, done? That could be getting done behind the scenes. Obviously, Girano Kirk, the Utrecht winger, who is highly rated over there, 12 assists, 10 goals. So yeah, it'd be a brilliant signing, an unbelievable signing, and I'm fully confident in the board to get whatever winger we can underway. Right, okay, let's have a look at the next thing that people are talking about. Now, this one was something that came up last night in terms of Douglas Costa. This was a completely bizarre one. Wolverhampton Wanderers are testing Leeds United's interest in Juventus attacker Douglas Costa, with Italian journalist Alfredo Padula claiming the Midland side have made a bid. Marcelo Bielsa has been busy this summer attempting to add to his squad. But yeah, this was a weird one. Like last night, apparently, Juventus had actually sort of said to Leeds United, would you be interested in Douglas Costa? They're looking to offload him. They're looking to offload the wages. And apparently Leeds turned around and, according to a couple of reports, said, no, we don't want him. We don't need him. We don't need the wage, structure and all this sort of stuff. We're going and getting our own thing. But interesting, Douglas Costa, I mean, what a name. I mean, let me know in the comment section below whether or not you'd be happy with that, guys. I mean, that's a big, big name, isn't it? And the wage structure would be high, but you've got a quality player there. I mean, if he's been offered to Leeds, he's clearly been offloaded. Would you take Douglas Costa? He said it would be a huge signing, wouldn't it? I've always really rated Douglas Costa. I think he was better at Bayern than he has been at Juve, to be quite frank. I loved his rawness. Him coming through, and Kingsley Coman was sort of the mantra of the new sort of pacey wingers that we've been seeing in the modern game that can fit into the modern philosophies, ethics and formations. But yeah, I really like the look of Douglas Costa. But let me know in the comment section below if you take Douglas Costa. I mean, yeah, wow, that would, as I keep saying, that would be, as Chris says, Costa a fortune. I mean, injury prone, says Mark as well. That could be a big problem as well when we're investing in these players. We've got to think logically, haven't we? We've got to think logistically where they're going to fit in, how they're going to fit in. Are they going to be injured? Are they going to be able to adapt to Bielsa's systems quickly, which we know takes such a long time? But yeah, that was a really interesting one I found out the other night. Now, this one it's got a lot of Leeds fans talking. Is it happening? Isn't it happening? Is this sauce real? Isn't this sauce real? HP, barbecue, ketchup, mustard. Whose sauce is right? And it's Coleman's mustard, isn't it? It's Todd Cantwell. Now, Todd Cantwell has been rumoured to come to Leeds for a period of time now. It sort of started at the weekend, and allegedly Leeds are well set for a frantic end to the summer transfer window. Victor Orta has already welcomed 11 new signings through the door, but it's poised to increase in the next coming days. Cuisance is mentioned below, but the whole Todd Cantwell saga continues, doesn't it? Will he come? Won't he come? I'm not going to put my neck on the line, but if I was to hazard a guess, hypothetically, I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. I would say no. I think there's too much to be done there. Not ITK or anything like that. I'm not saying I'm ITK. I've been told that there's not been an official bid made, but then other sources are saying there has been an official bid made. We don't know. I think with that one, there will be a lot to get done in a short space of time. Stuart Webber's prized asset in terms of him and Demi Buendia. He's the poster boy for Norwich City. A lot of talk about 15 million plus add-ons. I think that is way too cheap. And even where Norwich are right now, I think they're in the economic position to be able to ask for a lot higher. Speaking to Chris Reeve and Jack Reeve from Talk Norwich City, they do not believe in any circumstance he is going to be going for that sort of price. It seems very cheap for an absolute starlet at Norwich. As I said, didn't spend a lot when they came up to the Premier League. Very economically viable at this moment in time, within parachute payments as well. Do they need to? I'm sure they'll need to offload a couple of players. Of course they will. Maybe, whoever is at the club, obviously they've made profit on Jamal Lewis. We don't know what's going on with Aarons. Obviously he was subject to a bid from Barcelona, which Norwich actually rejected. 20 million, an official bid, allegedly. And that's the key word you have to say in all of these rumours, guys. The rumour mill is, a lot of it is alleged, but apparently they rejected a £20 million bid, which I've got on good authority. So they don't need that money. It's not, don't get me wrong, it'd be helpful for them, but it's not top of the priority list. They don't need to get rid of one of the prized assets who could potentially gain them promotion again, because they're going to be scraping at the barrel to get another really quality CAM in straight away, or a winger in, wherever you want it, wherever you see Cantwell. So personally, for me, I do not see that deal getting done. I think there are easier deals to get done out there, and Todd Cantwell would be a really tough deal for me to get underway. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below with regards to that. I just think it's going to be a very, very tough play, a very tough one to get done. I would definitely love someone like Todd Cantwell. I've mentioned it before. I like how he transitions from defence to attack. I love that word, but obviously football works in transitions, especially under Marcelo Bielsa, dynamic transitions. What he's able to do is get the ball on the back foot in his defensive third, move Norwich up the pitch, which he could do for Leeds. Was highly influential last year. And I do rate him. And he caused a tackle as well. Defenders want to hit him hard. Gets fouls, moves Norwich up the pitch, and I think he'd be a really good signing. To be quite honest, but we'll just have to wait and see at that one. Zachary says that Cantwell would be a good investment, a couple of good seasons, and his price would be through the roof. I'd probably agree. I think the issue is going to be the starting price, what Norwich need and expect from Leeds, and I just think the valuation, when they talk about 15 million. I initially heard that and thought, no chance, absolutely no chance. I'm not obviously in the market. I don't know. But when you're knocking back 20 million for Aarons from Barcelona, maybe you're not in the position where you have to sell like a lot of clubs are in this market. Now, obviously, another Leeds target that has moved on. It looks like Juan Foyth. Obviously, this one doesn't matter as much to Leeds United now, but maybe with regards to bringing in another loan, if you guys would have wanted to see that. Obviously, he's versatile, can play left back, right back, centre back. La Liga outfit Villarreal are set to beat two of their rivals to the signing of Tottenham star before Monday transfer deadline. The Yellow Submarine, the best nickname ever, have been in competition with Valencia and Real Sociedad for Spurs defender Juan Foyth, and it looks like Villarreal have won the battle. So there you go. Now, moving on to something which I genuinely feel really sorry for this player. RB Leipzig are hopeful of a quick resolution to their legal dispute with Leeds United over the transfer of JKA. Now, it looks like this one's going to be rumbling on. Hearing today as well that they're going to be taking Leeds to court in the next week or two. So the good thing is, from Angus Kinnear and the club standpoint, nothing's going to be taken out the transfer budget, which is pivotal for Leeds United. You wouldn't want to be in that position where Leeds are having to scrape at the barrel to get a winger over the line, or even questioning the Cuisance signing because of legal fees. But it looks like that's a separate entity to our transfer pot, which is great to hear. But I do genuinely feel sorry for JKA in this circumstance. He's moved a lot. He had to agree to come to Leeds. He did agree to come to Leeds. Part of the fabric, looked like he was really working hard. And, these two clubs caught in a bit of a battle here. And there is a player at stake, a player, I presume, who wants to play football, a player whose reputation is at stake as well. So I do genuinely feel for JK. And I just hope he's all right, basically. Stuff like this, I presume it can have a massive impact on your mental state. JK obviously not wanted by Leipzig, not wanted by Leeds. Been dragged through the mud a little bit at this moment in time, but through no fault of both clubs, really. I'm not passing judgment on that, but just for the player, I can imagine it's a really tough time. So yeah, JK, it looks like Leipzig want the money for him. I don't know exactly what is going on there with regards to that. But yeah, let's have a look. Emmett Oliver, a big fan of the channel. Connor, do you think we need to send Greenwood, Gelhardt, and Drama out on loan? I do. I don't. To be honest, I don't know what I said do then. I don't. No, I would like to keep them within the fabric, mate. I think they can make the step up. I think they can be on the bench as well. I think they're that good. From what I've seen of them, they look next level to what we had last year, for example. So yeah. Darren Wong, Scotty, JK has financial settlement written all over it. I completely agree. Darren Wong, JK done nothing for us, so no need to feel sorry for him. It's more of on a human level, mate. It's not on the fact that, I'm not basing this on the fact that he's not done anything for Leeds. It's just on a human level, basically. Joseph Tiffany says that apparently Todd Cantwell's agent is forcing the move through. I presume that means to be said, as he had a bust up with Farke yesterday. Yeah, as I said, is it Coleman sauce or is it ketchup? Who knows? But this is a big one. Leeds United midfielder Calvin Phillips back. Second England call. Leeds United midfielder Calvin Phillips has secured the second call-up to Gareth Southgate's England squad for the month's clashes against Wales, Belgium and Denmark. Once again, a great thing for Leeds, a great thing for Calvin, playing up against some of the best players in the world. Obviously, Kevin De Bruyne, Gareth Bale, Nicholas Bentner. Does he still play there at Denmark? No, I think Lord Bentner did retire. But yeah, what a player he was. But yeah, basically Calvin's, mixing with the best now, isn't he? He's mixing with the best, learning from the best as well. But you'll never get better than Leeds training. He did sort of say that in an England interview. But yeah, no, great stuff for Calvin. Well done. And here he is again. Sponsorship deal focuses on support for LUFC Foundation and local businesses. Mondelez International, owner of Cadbury, has today announced a global partnership between Cadbury and Leeds United Football Club, making the UK's favourite chocolate brand the club's official snacking partner. So there you go. Do we like a bit of Cadbury? I don't mind a little bit of Cadbury, but there we go. I think it's big as well because Cadbury are on the mantra right now, supporting local businesses. As I say, guys, try keep it in the Leeds, the York. That's been specific. Keep it in the Leeds United community if you are watching this channel. But yeah, bigging up local businesses right now is something that I want to encourage, having a platform, and something that everyone should be encouraging because our local businesses are suffering. Now, moving on to something a little bit more prevalent in terms of the matchday fixture. Now, Leeds United manager Marcelo Bielsa has delivered a team update ahead of the Premier League clash with Giants Manchester City on Saturday. It looks like Gianni Alioski could be set to start for the first time in the Premier League with low knee Jack Harrison ruled out of the game against his parent club. Obviously, we've done previews, we've done fan cams, we've done an opposition preview today. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you go do it, guys. It's worth it. I promise you. Probably the best opposition preview I've done and fan cams we've done so far. So yeah, a lot of insight on Manchester City, a lot of insight on how they're going to build and how they're going to start, and a lot of insight from the City end on what they think of Jack Harrison as well. And we all know it's going to be a massive miss, a huge miss. I think he's been top 3, top 4 best players so far this year. I think a lot of people would argue that he's been the best. It's going to be a huge miss. And I think he genuinely would give Kyle Walker a real good run for his money. But with Gianni Alioski, I think the good thing about Alioski is defensively, he's going to give us even more. Obviously a defensively minded player, natural left wing back. And I think he's going to give us a lot more. I'll be discussing this a lot more on my official preview, which will be out tomorrow on Friday, as always. Now, the big news that I know you guys have been waiting to, get to. It's obviously Cuisance. Now, I made a video yesterday saying that, he's signed for Leeds and all this sort of stuff. And some people are giving me flack for it. I don't know why. This is just, it's been reported by a lot of extremely good sources. And for me, it's done. For me, the club are just behind the scenes now, just getting everything done. This is a massive signing for Leeds, arguably the signing of the summer. We learned about this late last night or late yesterday evening. It's not going to be announced today for me. I mean, it could be. I could be left with egg on my face, but it was only sort of announced by Fabrizio Romano, a lot of other sources that the deal's done yesterday evening. He passed the medical 5-year deal. It's very unusual for something not to happen when the deal has been announced, the exact specifics of the deal. And obviously, all these journalists are reporting it in the same coherence. It's very unusual. So for me, it is done. We're just waiting on the Leeds announcements. Think about how many announcements have taken Leeds a long time. I remember Helder Costa. Helder Costa, I swear, we'd signed, sealed and delivered him 3 or 4 days before, according to all the journalists. And it took Leeds about 4 days to get him coming down on that. We had the Deliveroo bike coming in. And he handed someone a Costa in Ellen Road. And yeah, it was just chaos. But obviously, I think the fact that the press conference has happened today, it's nearing the Man City game, one of the biggest games of the season. I think the club are just, it's manic now that obviously the international transfer window ends on the 5th. So they'll be working on stuff for that. Wingers, whoever's going to be coming in. I genuinely think it's getting done behind the scenes, guys. I think this is how football transfers work. I genuinely wouldn't be worried just with all the specifics that go into it. Squad registration, coming in and meeting the players, meeting all the coaching staff behind the scenes. We've seen it. We've seen it on all the announcement videos, all the work that goes into actually signing and announcing a player. It takes a long time. So to say yesterday, you had the likes of Fabrizio Romano, arguably the best journalist in the world in terms of reporting, saying that it was done, the specifics, it's all finalized, 18 million, whatever. That's as good as done for me, as good as done, and a lot of people comparing it to Dan James and comparing it to this, that, and the other. It's not the same. And I'll tell you the reason it's not the same. Because the Bayern's chairman has come out and essentially confirmed it today. So, I mean, we've got to start, chill out. Is what I'm saying. Chill out. And that's coming from me. But genuinely, we're in a good point now. It's been reported. Bielsa was asked about it in his press conference. He said he doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't want it to be similarities to the Dan James deal, which I found quite amusing. But at the same time, Bielsa's still welcoming and talking about the Cuisance deal. He's not just saying who, what, when's it? No idea. He's actively talking about it, which we know Bielsa, if he's not comfortable, he'll shut something down. So for me, it's definitely getting done. I just think everyone needs to genuinely chill out. It is getting done. It gets done behind the scenes. If it's just been announced by these top journalists yesterday, we might have to wait until Monday, or over the weekend. We've seen deals get done over the weekend, haven't we, for Leeds? Diego Llorente got done on the weekend, but deals do get dragged out. I remember the same thing with Rodrigo being confirmed, and it took I think it took 1 or 2 days for the club to announce it. Everyone's like, oh, it's not happening. Dan James scenario again. Dan James scenario. That's it. Oh, club this, club that. And then people start attacking each other, and it just boggles the mind. Just relax. I think it will get done. I presume it's done behind the scenes anyway. And yeah, I genuinely, I just think it's a lot of people getting angry over nothing. And let me just show you the Bayern chairman here. And this is just the announcement. Obviously, Danke, I do know means thank you in German, but he's got a picture of Cuisance there. And there you go. I mean, that is the Bayern chairman sort of putting like a farewell announcement. Thank you for everything you've done. As you can see there, Michael Cuisance is tagged in it. Mercy. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what more to say. I mean, you've had I tell you what, let me bring you back to Valencia. It was all done, wasn't it? And I actually remember the Rodrigo was announced on the bus, wasn't it? It was sort of like a thank you to Rodrigo on the side of the bus. You never know nowadays whether or not it's photoshopped, but it was on the side of the bus. All the players were saying thank you to Rodrigo, tagging him in it, and all this sort of stuff. And everyone was like, "Well, is he coming? Where's the Leeds announcement? Where's the Leeds announcement? Why hasn't Phil Hay said anything?" And it was all announced on that end, and then it got done with Dan James. Did you get Hugh Jenkins putting out an Instagram post? You didn't, did you? Obviously, and that was pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered. But, relax, guys. It is done. For me, it is done. Famous last words. But, all the players saying thank you to him. There's been loads of snaps of him at the Bayern training ground. Obviously, the chairman saying thank you. Fabrizio Romano and all these other top journalists saying it's a done deal. Yeah, we're waiting on Leeds, but we always wait on Leeds, don't we? How much do we wait on Leeds for announcements? And it always happens. There's been one discrepancy in that, and it has been the anomaly that was Dan James, which will never happen in football again. So chill out. It will get done. Leeds will be signing this quality player, and for me, it is done. So yeah. Carl, Cuisance not eligible for Saturday. Then I doubt it, mate. I highly doubt it. But, hopefully, as Jimmy says, Cuisance and a Costa, nom. Let's have a look at this. What Kai's saying. Connor, Kai, big fan of the channel. Connor, I've tagged the One Leeds Fan Channel in an interview with Fab on Twitter, and Fab confirms the signing for the Bayern lad and says we're waiting on DePaul too. Check it out, mate. Well, there you go. I'll have to go and check that out, of course. But yeah, as Ben Island says, I love the suspense, and I do too. Who knows? It's just a good thing. It's a good time to be Leeds for me. But guys, listen, I am done. I've done 3 videos today. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to go take a big lie down. My birthday this weekend, so I'm going to be celebrating. So hopefully you can join with me on my birthday, on the Saturday, on the watch along. And I hope you're enjoying all the content. We're cracking stuff out at this moment in time. If you just finished this, get yourself a cuppa, get yourself a beer, whatever you want to drink on the evening. Go watch all the previous content. It's about an hour's worth altogether. Genuinely, it's worth it. Have a great evening. All chill out. Promise you. You can blame me. Blame me if it doesn't happen. Because people will probably do that anyway. But honestly, I thoroughly believe it'll get done. Have a cracking evening, guys. And I'll see you in a bit.